Where's my German kid? Good evening. It's not showing me how many people's on here. That's weird. It always shows me how many people are on here. Yay. Good evening. That's real weird. Is it showing y'all how many people are on here? There it is. Yes. It's not showing me at all. It's being really weird. Really weird. Okay. Well, I can't see it. That's okay. As long as it's rising and people are noticing that I'm coming on. I had a really, really long day. Had a really, really long day. I am super tired. An inch of me really wanted to be like, oh, no coffee talk tonight. Because when I tell y'all, I started my day at 8 a.m. and I have not stopped since. At all. No. I went to work. I've done all kinds of things at work, getting hope boxes ready. And then I had to do everything for our fundraising stuff. So I literally just got done with my to-do list. Well, part of it before I got on here. That's it. Yep, your girl just tired. I'm tired today. But all is well because I have been getting a lot of stuff done. Did y'all see? Oh, look. I can see y'all now and my numbers. TikTok being wild. I love that. So it says we're going to be in 1 Kings chapter 12. Hi. We will definitely be praying for your husband. Hey, Nicole. She's new here. Listen, I'm tired, but it's going to be a good night, good study. Did y'all see? Listen, wait a minute. I need to tell y'all something. If you go to my website and you can see fundraising at the top and you can click on fundraising and see all of our fundraising bundles, and all of that is going to go towards fixing the foundation. Ever since we had an amazing first Bible study, your girl I'm excited about it. I'm excited about getting to use the upper room. I'm excited about the community prayer closet. I'm just flat out excited about all of it. So we are doing our fundraising, and I think my favorite bundle is either the Jesus Bible bundle. I don't know. They're all so good. But the 2-night stay is what excites me the most. It did be that 2-night stay. So if you win the 2-night stay, tickets for that are $25. But every bit of it is going to go towards our foundation, all the money that we raise. But what? But you get 2 nights completely free at an Airbnb that's literally steps from my building. And then you can come to the building, you can work with us for the day, or just hang out with us for the day, whatever your little heart pleases. It is going to be the best thing ever, and I'm super excited about it. So I had to tell you. But I'm super excited about it. And I'm excited to go live and pull all the winners, but that'll be on the 25th. I also have some more updates for you before we get started tonight. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Coffee Talk on Thursday will happen. Can you stop it? And then right after Coffee Talk on Thursday will be our membership Zoom, but there will be no Coffee Talk on Friday. So sorry, my friends. But there will be no Coffee Talk on Friday because I will be in a completely different state. And apparently I have an agenda I have to follow in that other so-said state. This is the 40 Days Through the Bible. It's by the Proverbs 31 Ministry and Lisa Turkist. We are on page 87 of it, week 4, day 2. We have been doing it for a little while now, and everybody really likes doing it. So I come on 4 days a week, and we do this. Pam, where do you think I'm going? I am still uploading to YouTube, but I have so many to get uploaded that I'm really behind on them. And I don't think, honestly, y'all, I love y'all so much, but I wish I wouldn't have started uploading them to YouTube. I love y'all so much, and I will do it. But it takes hours upon hours upon hours to upload one single YouTube for some reason, and that drives me insane. Harley, you coming to see me? Hi, Skylar. That's sweet. No, Adrian, podcast ain't set up. I need to do that. Yes, I am going to Wisconsin and going to see Charity, Troublemaker Charity, because she's came here twice and now I feel obligated. Y'all pray for me because I don't know what she's going to do. She told me I had an itinerary and I had to get up at 6 a.m. Listen, it would be super fun if there was somewhere we could go and have like a meetup or a dinner or something on Saturday night. That would be pretty fun. If we can fit that in Charity's itinerary that she has created. No, Amanda, I'm going to be there Thursday. That would be so fun. I'm going to be there Thursday through... I come home Sunday. It's going to be wild. Poor old Steve's never rode on a plane, so I just need y'all to pray for me. And I need y'all to pray for my childrens because they are not good with me leaving and going anywhere, and they're struggling with this. And I really need this. And I'm excited about it, but they're really struggling. And if they're struggling, I'm struggling, you know. So I just need y'all to pray for my children's. Thank you. Mackenzie got me this shirt, and it's the cutest shirt ever. It's one of my favorites. Amanda, I'll be there. I'll be in Wisconsin Thursday at like 2 o'clock, 2:15, something like that. So there's no coffee talk on Friday. Sorry about that. Charity, maybe I will pop on. Charity said that at that in that time lot, she'll be making breakfast for me, so I could squeeze it in. I don't know though. Y'all gotta talk Charity about it. Y'all gotta talk Charity about it. That's weird. Has anybody else clicked on the link tree and it ain't working? Can somebody else try it? I sent Steve for Mexican food. Somebody else click on the... It's not working. Just go to your web browser and go to purposeofhope.com. That's rude. What's wrong with my link tree? No. If you're husband and wife, you're more than welcome to... A lot of people put me as far as membership on their big screen in their house, and they do it together as a family. So there ain't nothing wrong with that. If you and your husband and your spouse want to do my Bible teaching stuff together, you're more than welcome to. I feel like it's like a household. You know, like if your kids too and they're in your household, that should be perfectly fine. What? That's cool. You work for a radio station? What's that like? Charity, what would Jesus do? Let Kelsey pop on Friday. Yes, most definitely. Your 3-year-old watches with you. I love that so much. Yes, y'all gotta beg Charity for the time. You got to beg Charity for the time. So fun. I'm the only one on air with a Mississippi accent. I moved here 11 years. Oh my gosh, that is so fun. I need to listen to you on the air. Bug in front of me. Maybe you should just go to your web browser and type in purpose. Oops. I need to upload that. Hold on. Go to your web browser and pop in and type in purposehope.com, where I'm taking her. And yes, you can. Where are you taking me? Wait a minute now. I tell you, she's full of surprises. If she ain't surprising me by showing up at my house, she makes me wait on the surprises, even when I'm going to see her. I just don't feel like this adds up. Charity, we are striving for a friendship like Jonathan and David, not secrets. As Emma would say, secrets don't make friends. Secrets don't make friends. Like, I don't know how I feel about secrets. Every time she talked to me, she got secrets. What chapter did we study last night in the membership? 17. Just kidding. I'm uploading that. I gotta do a download. What a day. What a day. I gotta get my download done when I get done here. Okay. Yeah, if you go to the regular Purpose of Hope website, that's working. So it must just be the link tree. Something must be down on TikTok. In the membership, we're studying the Gospels. Right now, we're in Matthew. We can have that friendship on Saturday. You get on my nerves. Like, you're so funny. All right. Jennifer, I'm trying to change cards. For the membership? Might be a link tree issue. Kristen, you know we ain't got started yet. Don't you know that? You know we ain't got started yet. Okay, are y'all ready though? This is a long chapter. Ugh. Hey girlfriend, you sure did. Aw, Jessica, that's cute. No, Harley, if my plans involve walking or hiking, I'm going back to my plane. I'm going back to my plane. Take me back home. Hey, girlfriend. Like, just catch my flight on right back. Absolutely not. Charity, stop. I'm serious. We won't be friends anymore. Block you on everything. She did buy me I'm assuming, Honey Nut Cheerios and milk, because she was asking me what type of milk I would drink. She know better than take me hiking. She knows I'll complain the whole time. I'm that friend. I will complain the whole time we are hiking. The whole time. And then I'll be like, ain't got good at the end. But I'll complain the whole time. I'll be like, man, that was so beautiful. Ain't got good at the end. As I'm eating some cereal or something. But I will absolutely complain the whole time. I am that friend. I'm so sorry. That is my one downfall. Is if you take me hiking, I will be that one friend. Y'all are funny. Okay, are y'all ready? We're going to be in 1 Kings chapter 12. Jessica said me too. At least I'm not the only one. Divided kingdoms is what we are talking about. And Israel was divided between north and the south. Today's reading is 1 Kings 12. And the verse of the day is Israel has been in rebellion against the house of David to this day. 1 Kings 12:19. All right. No, girlfriend, you ain't missed nothing. We just getting started. 1 Kings chapter 12. Some names. It starts off with some names that I can't say. All right. You ready for this?
Rehoboam. Rehoboam.
Rehoboam.
Rehoboam.
Rehoboam. Perfect. We're getting off to a great start. Great start. Rehoboam went to... I cannot. Where's Angie when you need her? At work, that's where she be. Hold on. Rehoboam went to...
Shechem or Shechem.
What now? Tell me again. Hello?
Shechem or Shechem.
Okay, that place where all Israel had gathered to make him king. And there's another one. When so-and-so, son of whatever, heard of this, he returned from Egypt, for he had fled to Egypt to escape from King Solomon. The leaders of Israel summoned him, and so-and-so and the whole assembly of Israel went to speak with Rehoboam. Your father was a hard master, they said. Lighten the harsh labor demands and heavy taxes that your father imposed on us. Then we will be your loyal subjects. Rehoboam replied, give me 3 days to think this over, then come back for my answer. So the people went away. Then King Rehoboam discussed the matter with the older men who had counseled his father Solomon. What is your advice? He asked. How should I answer these people? The older counselors replied, if you are willing to be a servant of these people today and give them a favorable answer, they will always be your loyal subjects. I highlighted if you are willing, because that's just something that has been like popping out to me a lot lately, is like being willing, being a willing servant, being willing to be obedient to God, being willing to do what he has asked you to do. A lot of it has to come with being willing. So I highlighted that because it's just things that are sticking out to me lately. The word willing. Are you willing, right? And then verse 8, it says, but Rehoboam rejected the advice of the older man and instead asked the opinion of the young men who had grown up with him and were now his advisors. What is your advice? He asked them. How should I answer these people who want me to... I lost my place. How should I answer these people who want me to lighten their burdens and impose on my father? The young men replied, this is what you should tell those complainers who want a lighter burden. My little finger is thicker than my father's wrist. Yes, my father laid heavy burdens on you, but I'm going to make them even heavier. My father beat you with whips, but I'll beat you with scorpions. Excuse me. 3 days later, whatever his name is, and all the people returned to hear Rehoboam's decision, just as the king had ordered. But Rehoboam spoke harshly to the people, for he rejected the advice of the older councils and followed the counselor of the younger advisors. That's a bad choice, buddy. He told the people, my father laid heavy burdens on you, but I'm going to make them even heavier. My father beat you with whips, but I'm going to beat you with scorpions. I tell you what, that's a wrong decision. So the king paid no attention to the people. Perfect. Got it. This turn of events, yeah, that's what it was the will of the Lord. For it is fulfilled the Lord's message to Jeroboam, son of Nebat. Oh, look at me. Oh, my goodness. Through the prophet, oh, man. Ahijah from so-and-so. When all Israel realized that the king had refused to listen to them, they responded, down with the dynasty of David. We have no interest in the son of Jesse. Back to your homes, O Israel. Look out for your own home, old David. So the people of Israel returned home. But I done forgot his name now. Wait. Rehoboam. There we go. Rehoboam continued to rule over the Israelites who lived in the town of Judah. King sent so-and-so who was in charge of the forced labor to restore order, and the people of Israel stoned him to death. Then this news reached King Rehoboam. He quickly jumped into his chariot and fled to Jerusalem. Yep. That's what you get. And to this day, the northern tribes of Israel have refused to be ruled by the descendant of David. When the people of Israel learned of this person's return to Egypt, they called an assembly and made him king over all Israel. So only the tribe of Judah remained loyal to the family of David. When Rehoboam arrived at Jerusalem, he mobilized the men of Judah and the tribe of Benjamin, 180,000 people. Yes. Select troops to fight against the men of Israel and to restore the kingdom to himself. But God said to this person, the man of God, say to Rehoboam, son of Solomon, king of Judah, and to all the people of Judah and Benjamin, and to the rest of the people, this is what the Lord says, do not fight against your relatives, the Israelites. Go back home, for what has happened is my doing. So they obeyed the message of the Lord and went home as the Lord had commanded. Jeroboam then built up the city of so-and-so in the hill country of Ephraim, and it became his capital. Later he went up and built the town of so-and-so, and he thought to himself, unless I am careful, the kingdom will return to the dynasty of David. When these people go to Jerusalem to offer sacrifices at the temple of the Lord, they will again give their alliance to King Rehoboam of Judah. They will kill me and make him their king instead. So on the advice of his counselors, the king made 2 gold calves. He said to the people, it is too much trouble for you to worship in Jerusalem. Look, Israel, these are gods who brought you out of Egypt. He placed these calf idols in Bethel and in Dan at either end of his kingdom. But this became a great sin. I seen that one coming. For the people worshiped the idols, traveling as far north as Dan to worship the one there. Jeroboam had also erected buildings at the pagan shrines and ordained priests from the common people, those who were not from the priestly tribe of Levi. And so in what's that word? Something other. A religious festival in Bethel held on the 15th day of the 8th month, in imitation of the festival of shelters in Judah. There at Bethel, he himself offered sacrifices to the calves he made, and he anointed priests for the pagan shrines he had made. Ooh. So, on the 15th day of the 8th month, the day that he himself had designed, so-and-so offered sacrifices on the altar at Bethel. He instituted a religious festival for Israel, and he went up to the altar to burn incense. Wow. Man, oh man. That is true, but but that would also be a Jewish calendar, so I'm not sure if they line up, but they might, but I'm not sure. Don't know a lot about the Jewish calendar, ain't gonna lie to y'all. 40 days to the Bible. Okay, what are we reading? Okay. All right. That was a wild ride. There was a lot going on there in those, how many verses? 33. There was a lot going on there. And you know what I've realized? I think I'm going to sit down tonight, and my time that I'm going to do with myself for Bible study is going to be on 1 Kings 1 all the way up till we probably get to Elijah. Is what I'm going to read tonight. I'm going to read it all. There it is, where Elijah's about right there. Because I can quote you Elijah all the way up. But that, I don't know if I've ever really, studied a lot on the 1 Kings right through here. And I need to. So that's exactly what I'm going to do tonight. Nah, the Israelites don't get it. They don't get it. I don't know if they care to have it or get it. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think they do, because they always doing the same thing. But I guess we do that too. We do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And we just don't get it. Me and my brother were talking today. And personally, this is what I think. I think you don't get the miracles unless you're willing to step out on the faith. Because nothing you're going to receive as a miracle is going to be based on the fact that you thought you could actually get there. It's actually going to be based on the fact that you didn't think it was possible, because that's what gives God glory. And that's just how I feel about it. And the world not be living like that. Dying. The world not be living like that. They think that if they can't see it, then they can't obtain it. And everything that I have been given as a gift from God has never been anything that I thought I could obtain. He gave it to me merely because I stepped out on faith with him, and I said, Lord, you can do it. And I think if we are too scared to step out in faith and get what he is wanting to give us, then we're never going to see it. There are too many people saying, well, it just doesn't seem like we could do it. Well, of course it doesn't. Because if you could do it, God's not going to get any glory for it. So, of course it seems that way. If you spend your whole life not willing to step out, don't be wondering why you ain't receiving a miracle, because you ain't willing to step out in faith for God to be able to move. And it just, I don't know. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts for the day. And just, honestly, if you had asked me a year ago about a type of building that maybe a church should be in, I might have had a different answer. But in my journey with God, I've learned that if you're not willing to go into broken places, how are you gonna teach broken people? Somebody looked at me the other day and they said, I'm glad to see some good is happening on TikTok, because, that's where I teach a lot of you and I got followers and stuff. And I said, yeah, anything can be used for good and anything can be used for bad. But if I wasn't willing to come on here on this app simply because people think, oh, that app's so bad, I'm never going to do that. Well, yes, you're not seeing any of the bad stuff, so I'm happy for you. But there are also some really good people out here on TikTok, and you're also not getting them. Right? If you're not willing to go into places that are broken, you'll never reach the people who need Jesus. You'll reach the people who think that they do, but they'll be questioning whether they have real faith all their life. If you're not willing to go into the places where the people need Jesus, how do you expect Jesus to work through you to get to these people? You got to be willing to go. You got to be willing to go places that nobody else will walk into. I'm telling you, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how people don't see that. If I'm not willing to meet you where you are, then how am I supposed to reach you with the word of God? Right? I physically can't. God can. He can send anybody. But let me also tell you this. If I refuse to go, he'll find somebody who will. If, Ethan, are you okay? Are you sure? Well, don't be whiny, please. Thanks. We need to go ahead and get into reading this, but I don't know. Those have been my thoughts for the day. And I'm also doing some, of my own studies. Oh, there's like 5 questions here. I don't know. I just don't think you'll be able to experience a miracle in your life if you're not willing to step out. If you're not willing to go and do what he's asked you to do, even if it seems impossible. You'll never do it if you aren't willing to go. You'll never do it if you're not willing just to see. And humans hate change. We hate change. And we hate it. Okay, let's just put it like that. So we refuse to do a lot of changing. But let me ask you something. If you stepped out on faith and it just didn't work, couldn't you just go back to what you were doing? So why do we put so much pressure on being willing to change? Because if it doesn't work, you can just start again. You can just do something else again. You could just go back to what you were doing since that didn't work. But if you're not willing, if you know you can go back and I can do this again. For example, when I changed my whole company to Christian-based things, a lot of you know that I was making epoxy tumblers, right? And I done really well at it, and I never made anything with cuss words and stuff on it. I just also wasn't making things that glorify God. So when I decided to quit doing that, I was actually making really good money because I was making all these epoxy pins and stuff, and they were wonderful, and I was making a lot of money. And it was really great, but I felt this calling on my life. Take it off, quit doing that. This isn't for me. I'm calling you to be set apart. God was telling me, I'm calling you to do something for me, and I was scared to death. I was like, Lord, but this pays the bills. This pays some of these bills. I make some good money, Lord. I'll be giving it up. And the Lord's like, I know what you're giving up. So I came to this realization with myself, well, hey, you know what? I'm going to step out and do what God's called me to do. And then if I was wrong and it don't work, I'll just go back. I'll just add it back to the website. I'll just keep doing it. Right? That was my thoughts. I was like, well, this, it don't have to be that bad. I'll give this a go. I'll take all this off. I'll give this a go. And if it doesn't work and I was completely wrong, then I'll just add that back to the website. Right? But it ended up taking off and I've never looked back. Absolutely never looked back. So our life is like that. We're so scared to step out and do something because, well, what if I fail? Well, you'll never know if you'll succeed if you're not willing to fail. Half of succeeding is being willing to fail. Are you willing to fail? Because you might go fail, but you also might succeed. Have you ever considered that? Have you ever considered that you might not fail? It might be the thing that changes everything about you. It might be the thing that changes your life. But you're so focused on what if I fail that you're going to miss succeeding altogether because you're too scared to fail. Right? Are you willing to fail? Because you'll never reach or grasp what God has called you to if you're not willing to be bad at it for a while, if you're not willing to fail. If you're not willing to step out and be scared to change. Yep, same. Listen, and what you do is good enough. It is. But if you feel called to something, man, go. Okay, y'all need to go to it. I don't know. Y'all need to go to it. Don't be scared to fail. Failure, being scared of failure and doing it anyway could be the exact thing that changes your life, the exact thing that helps you witness a miracle in your life. I mean, I'm telling you right now. All right, let's look. Like us, Solomon was far from perfect. In fact, though we find Solomon's name in the lineage of Jesus, by his old age, Solomon defied God's rules and commands by marrying pagan women, women that did not worship the one true God, and followed after their gods, violating God's first commandment to have no other gods before him. Aw, thank you, Ashley. Let's see. I don't know about you, but this brings me great comfort that God would bless future generations through Solomon in spite of his sin. Listen, I'm going to give you a fun fact. If you look at the lineage of Jesus, every single person that is in that lineage covers some sort of sin. David is adultery. Solomon followed other women's pagan gods. Rahab was a prostitute. They're literally, you just got to look it up. Look at the lineage of Jesus. Every person is connected to a sin that Jesus covered. That's so good. I'm telling you, the Bible is so perfectly put together. It's just so good. Look at where it came from. Oh, so good, so good. Anyway, consider times when you've disobeyed God. What consequences followed your disobedience? Well, I missed a miracle, right? Or maybe I missed something else in my life. Or maybe I ended up having consequences for my actions that led me down a road I really wish I wouldn't have went on. Has God used those consequences to rescue you? Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Easy answer. If so, how? What have you learned? Well, really, which time? Which time would you like to know about? Because there's a bunch of them. I'm pretty sure I'm going through a teaching season right now. I was thinking about today, the fundraiser I'm having to do for my building. Y'all know if you followed me for a while, I really just wanted to do that by myself. I've learned that I couldn't do it by myself because God didn't want me to do it by myself. He's wanting me to learn how to lean on my people. He's wanting me to learn how to lean on the people that he sent to be people for me, right? Like, he's wanting me to learn how to lean on his people and glorify him through all things, right? So something that I learned today that I think he's teaching me, yes, he's bringing God's people together, and I love that so much. But you know what? He's teaching me how to rely on God's people and how to rely on him. He's also teaching me how to wait. You see, in my story, a lot of things that God has done for me has been fast. Like, boom, boom, boom. It's happened. I mean, my building, when it first started out, fast. I mean, like, boom, boom, boom. It was get the building, get this, get your furniture. Blessing. I mean, it was so fast. And I was like, whoa, pump the brakes, Lord, slow on down. You know, you're going too fast. I can't keep up. And now I need something that I know I should be able to obtain, but yet I can't, right? So I'm having to fundraise and work my mind and use all these different techniques. And I think the Lord is, I'm going through a season of teaching. That's what I'm doing. I'm going through a season of teaching where he is teaching me so many things that I can barely count. He's teaching me a lot about prayer. He's teaching me a lot about listening to him. He's teaching me a lot about what it means to rely on others. He's teaching me a lot about what it means to rely on him. He's teaching me about what it means to waiting. Like, yes, I'm doing a lot more than building a foundation for the shop. He is teaching me about just so many different things. I'm watching him build it from the ground up, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Because my first Bible study there was a small group of us. And do y'all know I've had so many people message me since that first Bible study, and they've been like, when are you doing another one? When are you doing another one? Asking me, and I'm like, second Friday every month. I just got cold chills. That is going to outgrow that building. Mark my words. That'll outgrow that building. So I'm watching God just build this from the ground up. And I'm watching him do it in slow, little steps. Because not everything has to be fast, 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 fast. Sometimes it's 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step. Sometimes it's little baby steps that add up to big things. Right? And it's just, I had to answer for the things I done wrong, right? And some of the things followed me, and some of the things I had to learn how to conquer. And some of it was disobeyed obedience. That's the reason I spent a decade in the trenches. But since I really learned what it meant to have faith and follow, nothing has stopped me. And I still make mistakes. And I still have to ask God for forgiveness every single day, because I be making mistakes every day. Just like everybody. Right? But He used my worst time in my life to rescue me from everything that was holding me captive. It's the best story ever. And one day I'll have time and I'll tell you all of it, but He did. He used the worst thing in my life, and He turned it into something beautiful. And now we're over here building a foundation that is going to be bigger than a building, and it's going to be wild, but I've learned a lot. I've learned that in your hard seasons, start looking for the lessons, because they're there. The hard seasons will bring the lessons, and you just got to pay attention to see them, right? It says in 1 Kings 11, 12 and 13, the Lord clearly told Solomon that because of his sin, God would tear the kingdom away from Solomon except for one tribe. And that's exactly what happened. What happens next in Solomon's family might be quite confusing. So let's walk through it step by step. It's confusing because the two men who vie for kingship has very similar names. I know that's right. Wonder how they say that one. It's probably Jeroboam and Rehoboam. I don't know. I've done forgotten. Hold on. So one of them's name is
Shechem,
no, that ain't it. Hold on. One of them's name. Let's do it. Jeroboam.
Jeroboam.
Oh, Jeroboam. Man.
Jeroboam.
Jeroboam. Got it. So one of them's named that, and the other one is named, I thought I was saying it right, but now I'm thinking that I wasn't. I need one of these things that are like handy dandy, and it just like say it for me, you know?
Rehoboam.
Rehoboam. Oh, I'll never remember those. We have Jay and Ray. All right, that's who we have here. We have Jay and Ray here. And one is Solomon's real son. And then Jera whatever was Solomon's chief servant. So one is a son and one is a servant. And he was in charge of forced labor. So remember the R for Ray, the real son. Got it. It says, I promise that will help with the rest of the story. Well, we're going to call him Ray and Jay. I got that right. So here is the account. A messenger of the Lord told Jay he would receive 10 of the 12 tribes. So when Solomon heard this, he was angry and set out to kill Jay. So Jay fled to Egypt, where he lived until Solomon died. Upon Jay's return, he went to Ray. Remember, Solomon's real son. This is so funny. The right heir to the throne. And asked him to stop treating God's people so severely and instead treat them reasonably and compassionately. Jay told Ray if he would agree to this, Ray would have the people's loyalty. Consider how Jay came and asked for peace despite previously being hunted like an animal. Have you sought reconciliation with your own enemies? Oh. That's good. Describe how this turned out. I don't feel like I've ever had any real enemies. I don't know. Lord gave me like a humble heart. I don't know. I forgive people like super easily, right? So I don't know that I've ever had to reconcile with enemies because I've never let that type of thing have hold on me. So I've always just forgiven really easily. It's not, I don't know. I don't know what kind of spirit that would be, but I've always had that spirit of where I will forgive you super easily. Like, that's not hard for me to do. Forgiveness is not hard, but for me. But now, as far as like seeking reconciliation, maybe not with my enemies, but I've had to seek that from like my friends and my marriage and, relationships in general, because we're humans and we don't always see eye to eye. We have our own opinions. We have our own things that we think about certain things, right? And because of that, sometimes there will always be tension. And when that tension arises, I have found that the easiest and best way to deal with that is to go directly to the source. I want immediate resolution. I don't like having to carry things around on my back. Like, I don't like having to carry around who I'm on good terms with and who I'm not. And I don't like having to carry that around. And I don't like having to carry around knowing that you're mad at me for something. I don't like that. So I'm just the type of person that, like, I seek the resolution immediately. If I see that there's a problem, I go straight to the source. And I'm like, hey, love you so much. What do we got going on between us? Did I do something? Did I do something? And if I did, will you tell me so that I can make it better? Like, that's who I am. So anytime I feel like somebody has tried to oppose me, I have simply let God take the reins. I don't try to take the reins because I know that God can deal with my enemies so much better than I ever can. So I've never really tried to take the reins and do it by myself. I don't know why I'm like that, but I've never done that. Hi, yes, but if the person distance themselves and don't, I keep coming back to them, Adrian, until they will have a conversation with me. I sure do. I'll come up and say, hey, how you doing? You all right? And they're like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, okay. And I'll walk away. And I'll do it again. Hey, how you doing? Well, are you good? Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Good. Yeah. All right. I'll go the next day. Hey, how you doing? I will give them some distance between me and them, no problem. I will do that to let them figure out their thoughts. But by that fourth day, if it's still I'm fine and I still feel the tension, hey, I know that you're saying you're fine, but I know that something's not. And if we don't communicate about this, then there's no way I can know if I need to change something. So I want to be here for you. I want to love you. So let's talk about this, right? And they will. And usually they're like, okay, let's talk about it, because I don't like that tension. I tell them how important they are to me and how much I love them, but that I know that there is something between us and we need to identify it and we need to nip it in the butt so that the enemy doesn't have room to like slither right in and feed each other thoughts. And Adrian, God could very much so be removing people from your life. But I feel like when he removes people from your life, he's not going to do that in a hostility manner. So like, I've had a couple of friends that I've had to distance myself from. And when I've done that, we've always been on good terms, but I just knew that, we're not going down the same path anymore. So I'm going to let you go your way. I'm going to go mine. And maybe one day God will bring us back together. Right? But I've never left any sort of relationship with any sort of hostility towards the other. I've never done that. Now, with saying that, that's not saying that I can control somebody else's actions. So somebody else could have had hostility towards me, and when they left when they left our friendship, they were still mad as ever at me. Okay, but I can't control how you feel. That's not between me and you anymore. That's between you and you, because I said what I needed to say. I love you, And I forgive you for what you've done. But your choice to forgive me for me being human and doing something wrong, that's on them. I can't make them forgive me. Does that make sense? So I have personally never left a relationship with the hard feelings. But that doesn't mean that whoever else was in that predicament with me left the same way, because it depends on your heart posture. And you can't control somebody else's heart posture. Does that make sense? Y'all following with me? I think it's actually really hard for people to be this way. I know you said you wish more people were like that. Honestly, I think I used to not be like that. I used to be I'd fight with you tooth and nail. I'd fight with a stop sign. You're totally blue and it's totally red. But I would have been like, it's blue. I mean, I used to be the person that would do that. I'm not anymore. The result of me being like I am is because of my relationship with God. That's it. My relationship with Jesus, my love and respect for God, and my fear of Him results on how I deal with every single thing that comes into my life. Every time. So I don't think that people can be that way all the time, because people that are not close to God will not feel this way or want to be this way or understand why I'm this way. To respond verse, to react is coming a lot easier now that I have a relationship with God. Yes. Right now, I've been reading Psalms 118 and 119, and I think that would be really good for you to go read. Yeah, I think how I treat people and how I love people is a direct reflection of my love for God. And the closer you get to God, the more like that you'll be. Because the closer you get to God, the more you love God, the more that you realize how much He loves you, is the more that you'll start treating people out of the way that God sees them, not out of the way you see them. Does that make sense? You'll stop seeing somebody as somebody who hurts your feelings, but instead you'll see them as a child of God. Yep. I love that. Okay, let's see. Ray sought counsel on how to respond to Jay's request. Read 1 Kings 12, 6-11. From whom did Ray seek advice? First it was from the elders, and then it was from the youngins, as I'm going to call them. And what did they advise him to do? And whose advice did Ray take? We should know this. The elders had the wiser advice, and the youngins is the advice he took. Before we jump to what happens as a result of this division, who are some older men and women from whom you seek counsel? If you don't have any at this time, I encourage you to pray for God to bring a few into your life. I love that. I love that so much. Honestly, when I think about who I seek counsel from, it's mostly Steve. I mostly go to Steve. I do go to my father some and my stepmom. I go to my fellowship that we've created in the membership when I need some sort of counsel. Who else do I go to? Not particularly go to, I guess, but sometimes God sends who I need counsel from right into my store. And it's the best thing ever. The connections that I have made since opening the doors of Purpose, I Hope, have been amazing. For example, there's this lady, and I met her at the Squeeze Box when we were eating, and she has shopped in my store many times, and she is the sweetest lady ever. And today she came in to give me something that we had been talking about. And we got to talking about blessing boxes. And you know how blessing boxes are outside of like churches and schools and stuff like that. And the blessing boxes are for people to put food and stuff in. She said, I really wish there was a blessing box that had like food and blankets and clothes and stuff like that in there. Well, my building has a humongous, like big storage on the back side. And it's literally in the shape of a box, pretty much. But it's got a door and all these things, and it's this big storage place, but we don't use it for anything because I don't know what to use it for. And today I learned what to use it for. We are going to buy a sign that says the blessing box, and I'm going to fill that back room with plates and good stuff that people need who have lost their homes, and clothes and children's clothes and men's clothes and women's clothes and I don't know, anything that anybody wants to give me. I'm gonna fill that back room full, and it's gonna be called the blessing box. And when there are people who need dishes, I'm gonna give them dishes. And when they need clothes, they're gonna have clothes. And when they need a crock pot because theirs broke, we're going to have a crock pot. We are going to make a big blessing box. And when somebody is in need, we're going to bring them to the blessing box. And we're going to be like, get what you need, honey. And they're going to do that. I'm going to make like a big walk-in blessing box. How cool is that? How cool is that? Will you stop it? Yep. And yes, girlfriend, yes, please. What is that? Oh, is it Play-Doh? I thought it was a worm. I about got all upset. I would love that because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep good clothes, good shoes, good things, like not, and even if I'm out and I see stuff that's like brand new but it's on sale, I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna put it in the blessing box, because giving somebody something brand new that's not a hand-me-down, like, or giving them name brand clothes that are in perfect condition, or anything in general, pots and plates. Y'all, the reason, and when she said that, there was no question in my mind that we're going to turn this into a blessing box. A walk-in blessing box. There was no doubt in my mind that I was going to do it. Because there was a time in my life where I went to Goodwill to buy bowls and plates. And today, honestly, I can't tell you how many people's homes I've probably furnished because I just give stuff away. They'll come in my house. I like that. Here you go. You can have that. Take it on. Sure, I don't need to. Go ahead. I mean, I do that with everything. I do that. I do that with my dishes, with my bowls. I just be here you go. Here you go. You can have it. Like, I just give it away. And you know why I do that? You know, and I told this lady that, and I don't think I've ever really thought about it or even told anybody I've never just really gave it any thought, but I will. I'll just, if they need it, I'll give it. I don't even care what it is. And I think that I do that because I used to be them and I couldn't afford to go to the store and buy new ones. So I would have to get it from people or go to Goodwill and buy it. But today I can I'll just give it away because I can afford to go buy a new one. You can't. So you take what I have. And if I really need it, I'll go get another one. But I probably really don't. So you just take it. Like, I do that all the time anyway. So this blessing box is just, it's going to be the best thing ever. I love that, Ashley. Yes, girl, me too. I'll go without so someone goes with. Amen and amen. Yes. I'm going to learn a crazy coupon just to donate. Yes, ma'am. Listen, that would be smart, though. Toothpaste and toothbrushes. Hey, girlfriend. Toothbrush and toothpaste, like things that people need. This is going to be great. I have so much I want to do. I sure do. The Lord is just so good. We got off track there, but yes. Even in blesses and build. Oh, I love that. Call it blessing and hope. Oh, I love that, Adrian. That's so good. Yes. Wait. Okay, we got a hope box. Yes, like that we ship out every month. But what if that is like the living hope box? What if that is like the walk-in hope box? I like it. I like it. I do. That's okay, girlfriend. Yes. Let's see. I've been going. Listen, I love that. And how awesome would it be to the people who just want to send things to go in the blessing box? And see, the Lord is just like, He's making me make all these connections with all of these people. Y'all have no idea how many connections have just walked through my door. For example, first off, a lady, when she came in today, she was talking about, I have these really nice blankets, but I didn't just want them to give them to any old body. I want them to go to something good. And I said, ma'am, you bring those to me because I know a little girl who sells bracelets in my store. And every bracelet that she sells goes to making little baggies for homeless people. And her family go around to these homeless people and she gives them bags and she gives them what they need. I said, and winter is coming and they're going to need blankets. I said, you bring those to me. I know somebody to give them to because the Lord is connecting me with all these other ministries that are out here doing things for Him, and I'm able to make those connections for people. I'm like the meeting place. I love it. I love it so much. But not even that, just like the people that have walked in. I had a lady walk in over the weekend, and she was actually coming to meet somebody else. The meeting place. I see it. I see it, Lord. She was coming to meet somebody else. Do you know that lady was coming to give me a donation? That she was coming to me. She was coming to give me a donation for my building. That lady was accepting donations because her hospital is a part of Out of the Darkness, which is a suicide, says that on TikTok, prevention worldwide. It is a worldwide thing where these people go and do Out of the Darkness walks. And I got to donate to that. And she worked for this hospital that was one of its humongous sponsors. And I was like, who do I donate to? She said, I'm the one who's taking up all the donations. Look at the Lord make you walk right into my building. Like, excuse me. It's like that. I'm telling y'all right now. And that is just 2 of them that I'm even telling y'all about. The connections that God literally leads right through my doors. It has been epic. It has been epic and I'm here for it. And I love it so much. I love it so much. Oh, Harley. Listen, your girl, that's on my 5-year plan. That's on my 5-year plan. It sure is. I have been making some changes here lately. And a lot of changes. You know, because first of all, most of the time, when people hear me say my company, they think that like I'm benefiting off my company, right? Like I created this company and I'm benefiting off of it because I make money off of it. I'm here to inform y'all that I have made the ultimate decision that I make no money off of that shop. Absolutely not. Nope. And I love it. I love it because it's just something else I'm doing for the Lord. What I do is my membership. Okay. That's where I allow myself to keep some of my income to be able to clearly like pay my bills and do my work and stuff like that, right? Send my kids to school. That's where I allow the blessing of my family to happen at, is within my membership. But my shop, it pays my employees and it buys what we need for the next week. But other than that, it goes back out into the community somehow or some way. It goes in a savings account so that when people need help, we can help. It goes into accounts to where when the Lord tells me to move on something big, I am prepared and ready. It goes to being able to, when somebody comes to me and they say, girl, I'm having a hard time and I've lost everything, I say, honey, let's go to the store and buy you some things that you need. I got you, boo. It's when these people say, Kelsey, I don't know how I'm going to provide Christmas for my kids. I'll be like, let me help you do that. My company is going to be nothing but a ministry. And I've made that ultimate decision. I will be blessed by God through the people that I get to teach, through being a Bible teacher, through the thing that I absolutely love to do with more than anything in my life. I love being a Bible teacher. That is where I will let the Lord bless me in however he feels. But my company that I built, that's going to be a ministry, friends, a full-blown ministry, and I refuse to keep any of it, and I will use it to serve others and make sure that other people are okay, and to go into people's darkness to bring them hope through Jesus. That is all that I'm going to do with my company. That's it. Purpose of Hope is going to be a full-blown ministry, and I done made that decision, and I love that. Yep. Should go adopt a family for kids. Oh, I love that, Harley. Steve, you're still not going to have one. And listen, giving is don't let your right hand know what your left is doing. Giving is done in a lot of giving is done in silence, and I am 100% in agreement with that. A lot of things that we do, people have no idea what we do or how we do it, right? We just do. But I made a vow when I started my ministry that I'll tell the people who help me and support me will know what we are doing together as a community. And because I have grown an online ministry, because I have grown an online following, I have to share some of the things that we do as a community online, because that is how my people know that I am doing as I promised them I would. Because I want my people to know that what they choose, how they choose to support me, I don't take lightly, right? So I share a lot of behind the scenes so that people know my heart and who I am, right? But there is a lot of things that me and Steve do all by ourselves that we don't share. Because when we do it by ourselves with God, we don't share it. But there are a lot of things that I will share, because I want people to know that they can, that I'm somebody that God has called that they can trust. And building that relationship with people is very important in any type of ministry work. My phone's at 10%. I'm going to make him sit in the aisle seat or in the middle seat where he has to sit in between everybody is what I'm going to do, Charity. The Lord will see it one day. Harley, that's so funny. I think that's a great idea for the Purpose Hope group to adopt a family for Christmas. I love it. And I had to share all that with y'all. So sorry, got off track. I had to share that with y'all. Let's see. We were on question number 4. Before we jump to what happens as a result, let's see. Wait. Okay. Nope. Wait. That's what we just did. Okay. So the battle between Ray and Jay forever changed Israel. Instead of one kingdom ruled by one king, it became 2 kingdoms. Ray, grandson of David, son of Solomon, all 3 of whom were sons of Jesse from the tribe of Judah, ruled over the tribe of Judah, the southern kingdom. Jay ruled over the remainder of the tribes in the north, known as the northern kingdom, also Israel. So Israel was north, and Judah is south. So anytime you read North Kingdom and South Kingdom, know that they're referring to Judah and Israel. Okay? Harley, you're so funny. All right, let's see. I hope you followed this complicated story. Please read 1 Kings 11 and 12 to get a better understanding of the story. Have you ever done the good and right thing and suffered for it? If so, how did making that choice shape or impact your life? Did it affect your faith and trust in God? Yes. What's hard about Scripture is we never know for certain what is happening in the hearts of people in the stories. God relays the events as He wants us to know about them. We don't have commentary from God to accompany the Bible, but we do know God's character. We know He is just. We know He is good. We know His purposes are good, even if we can't see it, or things work together out the way that seem fair to us. We have to trust God at His word, that He works all things together for good for those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. There is always a bigger picture that only God can see. I know that's right. Gosh, that's good. That's good. Steve, I can hear my voice on your phone. That is so good. She may just used to stop. I may or may not have been making fun of them. I'm so sorry, Lord. I mean, they're doing it for money. I know but I thought it might be funny if, like, we'd done a Christian edition. I thought it'd be funny. And me and Charity might have been laughing about it. A Christian edition of the AI thing. I could never. I would die. Mystery boxes will, stop, Harley. Mystery boxes will go out tomorrow and Thursday. Me and Haley were writing down everything that's going to go with them today. I'm not, Steve's lost. He's like, what is that? It's when the people do, like, thank you for the roses and all that stupid stuff. Amanda, they're still on the website. Y'all can still order a mystery box. They're still on the website. Send her a gift, Steve. Stop, Charity. I don't remember what I said I was going to say for roses. Oh, what'd we say? Charity said we were going to say, roses are gold in heaven? Mystery boxes are $25 and 45. You get to decide which one. A big one or a small one. Yes. Stop, Steve. Oh my gosh, that was Jessica. Listen, I was going to say cowboys go to heaven too. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. We got to stop. Yes. Yes, do our fundraising stuff. Haley's dad is doing a lot better and should go home tomorrow. He does have an infection. It's being treated by antibiotics. And he's really ready to come home, though. He's in a little bit of pain, but he's still doing pretty good. Listen, we said for the Cowboys, we were going to say even Cowboys go to heaven. And then the roses are gold in heaven. And then, let's see, what else? The hearts, God loves you. Let's see, what else did we say? Because there was so many. We were laughing. We got to stop, though. We got to stop. It's not right. You got to change. Listen, I'm not built for that. I'm built to be a Bible teacher. Which event are you talking about? What was the lightning bolt? What did we say we were going to say for the lightning bolt? Harley said, change your voice and sit up straight. I only do that. Listen, I'll do a version of teaching you Bible things. How could I teach you Bible things with roses? I could just like spit out Bible facts. We love you too, Kim. Stop it, Steve. Jesus saves AI. Stop. Listen, y'all are funny. Right? They're weird. What should we say for the lightning bolt? That is so fun, though, that you moved. Virginia's not that far. Boom, boom. Oh, like lightning. Lightning, thunder. Look, the tornado. Elijah goes up in a whirlwind. That's a good one for the tornado. Lightning bolt. I don't know. I'm trying to think. There has to be an instance in the Bible where there's a lightning bolt. Jesus heard that. That's funny. Rose are red, violets are blue. Jesus and I love you too. That's so funny. Charity said, told you we needed to write them down. Oh, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're called to be set apart. But it would be fun for like all the different gifts you can get if you like told Bible stories with them. But I would have to think about it. Could say, better watch out, God's gonna strike you. I love that one. It's that one. That one's it. Better watch out, God's gonna strike you. I could do that one. I like that one. That one's it. Yep. Charity, write that down. That's so funny. What's wrong with us? I need to go eat food. You better watch out. God's going to strike you. Jessica. The hot dog. Now, I don't know what we'll just say with the hot dog. This weekend, a one-time Christian AI video with Kelsey and Charity. I could not. What would you say for the hot dog? Steve said you needed food. That's y'all silly. Listen, I don't know. We'll have to. There's too many gifts. Y'all so funny. All right, I love you guys. My phone's about to die. So sorry. Gots to go. Robot breaking down. You know, I don't even, how do they end those lives? Anybody know that? They just stay on here for hours. I don't know. I don't watch them long enough. I can't get with that. Which one? These are, I'll tell you about my bracelets, and then I will get off of here. Oh, that one's good. Amanda, you'll have to order a mystery box. You can't live on bread alone. Yes, that is it. You can't live on bread alone. I like that. I love that. Oh, that's funny. Bracelets, and then I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to go eat my food. These are my late husband's bracelets. These are the men that he lost in action in his all through his tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. He went on 4 tours, and these are the men that were killed in action. And then one of them is an end of watch for one of his friends who was a police officer and got killed in El Paso, Texas. So I wear my late husband's bracelets until my children are old enough to wear them, and then I will give one to my son and one to my daughter. But I wear them so much that there is a literal, look at that. That is my tan. Wow. And then this was gifted to me by one of my followers, and it is a mustard seed bracelet. This bracelet says Purpose of Hope. It goes towards the ministry of feeding the homeless. Emma put this one on my arm and told me never to take it off, so I did that. And then, of course, my hair bow for my hair. Jennifer, we are praying. Foundation Fund is going wonderfully. We just launched a fundraiser where people have donated items, and we put them all together in baskets to sell tickets and then pick a winner for each. So if you go to purposeofhope.com, it is in my bio. If my link is working, I'm not sure if it is, but if not, go to purposeofhope.com and buy some tickets, you guys. Hopefully you win. There's a lot of good things. People have donated those things. And then we're going to go live in the Facebook group on August 25th and pull all of the winners. So it's going really good. We're going to do that. And we have a bingo coming up in September. But so far so good. It's been going really good about raising money. So God's on the move. All right, you guys. I love you guys so big. You bought 4 tickets. Listen, Brad. I need to go look at it. All right. But I love you guys so big. I hope y'all have a fabulous day. I'm going to go eat my dinner, or a fabulous night. I'm going to go eat my dinner, do some Bible study for myself, get a download done. I'm totally not going to bed till like 12 o'clock, but it's fine. But I love y'all so big, and have a great night. Bye, you guys.